Welcome to this episode of my Women Empowerment Wednesday show. My name is Jessica DSB. Enjoy this episode.
Welcome to this Women Empowerment Wednesday Facebook Live with my special guest today. I'm super excited. Woohoo! So who I am, my name is Jessica. I am a coach, entrepreneur, 2 times best international author, and as well as a passionate world traveler. So yes, I can't wait to travel again. So just a reminder what we've been up to. So since April 1st, every single week, I've been doing this with Women Empowerment Wednesday Facebook Live with a special guest. We have weekly conversations that are empowering, touching, inspiring, different topics. Always super excited to connect with my special guest. And not only this is a conversation between me and the special guest, but this is a movement. This is a movement where we want to bring those conversations in the lives of the people that you care about, your family, your friends, okay? So let's spread the word. Let's share this video. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. If you're watching replay, type replay in the comments. Reminder, I do have my Facebook group, the Women Empowerment by Jessica DSB. We are officially at 350 members. I'm so excited. And I said at 365, I'm doing a draw for my book. So 365 empowering stories. As soon as we hit 365 members, I'm doing a draw. So invite, share the page, and you'll also find all the videos from the last weeks, okay? So let me introduce our special guest for this week. I'm super excited. Miss Renee Young, which is a lady. Oh my God, it's been 2 years already, or over 2 years, right? Almost time flies. Renee is somebody that I've got to meet through Herbalife. She was my coach for a while. I'm not sure if I was too coachable, but that's another story. So she is a nutrition and fitness coach for over 6 years. She's incredible. Herbalife coach helped hundreds one-on-one doing their coaching to get a healthier lifestyle, reach their goals. She is a mom of a beautiful 18-month son and a beautiful 4-month-old daughter. I had the pleasure to meet your son, such an adorable little one. She was also a co-owner of a studio downtown Montreal. So I'm super, super excited to have you. Welcome, Renee.
Good to be here. Really, really excited, actually. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Amazing. Welcome. I'm super excited for you to share what's happening in your life. But before that, share a bit more about who you are.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So, so like you said, I was coaching for 6 years, and I was really honored to be able to come onto this because of the theme of women empowerment. Because recently I started an eating psychology course. It's blowing my mind in terms of just like the information that I'm receiving. And I understood that there's so many women who could benefit from this information. And behind everything, it was always, taking back our power and having a better relationship with our bodies and just like feeling more secure and more confident in what we were doing with regards to reaching our health goals. But then it trickles into just like everything else in life, right? So I'm just really excited. And that's actually what I wanted to talk about today. So really excited about that too.
Yeah. Yes, I was just sharing to Renee before. Hello, Roxanne. Hello, Natalia. Welcome. Natalia's all the way in the United States. Welcome. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. If you're watching replay, type replay. And yes, I was just sharing with you before the call. I was like, it's a little bit new verbiage for me, this whole eating psychology. So I'm like, I'm going to ask you to share about today's topic. So you did start a little bit, and we're going to talk about mind, body wellness. I was actually a bit researching it yesterday, and I love what you were sharing with me on Monday when we connected. So share a little bit more about why did you start taking that eating psychology class, and which direction, and a little bit more details of what you just shared.
Okay, cool. So like many women, I myself even have been dieting for, okay, let's say I'm 32, probably for 15 years at least, right? And I mean, I've talked to so many women recently, and like, there's so many people who are like, yeah, I think I started dieting when I was like 14 or like 12, and it's just, now that I have kids, I'm just like, wow, like that's like all your life,
Right.
And then oftentimes people find that like they just keep going and they never really find what clicks, what really helps them to be able to reach a goal, maintain it, and then feel good within themselves at that place. I've been at places where I'm looking back at pictures and I'm just like, I was skinny. And I remember how I felt in that moment, and I did not feel good. I felt like I was hiding parts of my body. I was just like so insecure. So even once we get to a place, oftentimes we still don't feel good. So there's two sides of it, right? There's the, struggling to reach the goal. And then a lot of people who get there, how do you feel when you're there? Do you feel like you've reached that end point, right? So looking at all of that, doing a lot of self-reflection, when you have babies, you kind of, you think about a lot of stuff.
Even a baby, you have a lot of time to think about things.
That too. Oh my God. Actually, what's crazy is that with my first kid, I was not, I felt like I still needed to like hustle. I still needed to get things done. So I'd be like rocking him and like talking to clients, and then with my second, 2 under 2, right? I was just like, okay, no. Like I need to relax. So with my second, I was like, it's time to reflect. Where am I? What's happening? And that really allowed me to look back and be like, okay, all right, what's happening? What's happening with me? What's happening with like my clients? Because there's a lot of clients that I have who got amazing results and like they feel great. But then there's also a lot who either they're still with me and it's been a while, or they come back, and it's fine. There's always an open door. They know I'm here, but I love, and I want to see them. But I would also
come back.
Right? But it's more like I want to be able to help them, like to get there and to feel good and to just like to not need me, to want to come back because like they want to say hi and not. And that's also been like kind of my journey my whole life. Like I've just been like looking for something, I came from like Newfoundland where I was just lacking some purpose and fulfillment, and I just like moved to Montreal and I was like, I'm gonna find it here. Which I found Herbalife, which was great because that helped me so much. Yeah. But now I'm looking to kind of for more fulfillment, for more purpose, to be able to help people go deeper. And that's really what the eating psychology has allowed me to do. And I've noticed it on myself, and I've just finished 2 recent challenges, and people coming out of it are just kind of like calmer and more centered and able to like, they reached a certain amount of weight loss because, each challenge is a month, but they're also, more aware of where they are. Like they're more checked into their body. They're more like, I got this, more confident within it. So just seeing that alone, I'm like, this is it. This is it.
Good job. Like it's great. I love what you're sharing. Hey, Al Max, welcome. It makes me think of this whole shift right now, of like March being all quarantine, self-isolation. I'm sure I'm not the only one that went from working 12 hours a day on a flight and then being home sitting all day. And then what do? You're not working out and eating bad. I know I'm not the best example, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Right?
You're froze.
Oh. Can you see me?
Yeah. It just froze for a second. I think it's okay now though. I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And well, the thing too, when we're sitting down and we're like, oh, I should be working out. Oh, I should be doing this. That actually is something that triggered me so much when I would talk to people, like even outside of COVID, because I was like, but it's not your fault. Like, I'd be mad when people would be like, oh, I have no motivation or I'm lazy. And I'm like, no, you just haven't found your way yet. You just haven't found like the easy way for you. And even before all of this, and people would be like, yeah, Renee, whatever. Like, there's no easy way, get over it. But there is.
Yeah.
It is different for everybody, though. It's
Right.
like there's no one size fits all for sure, And I feel like COVID has helped us check in, and oftentimes we go through life so checked out, like not even realizing where we are. We're not breathing. We're not connecting to ourselves, and it's allowing us to gain weight or to not feel good in our bodies. Have you ever woke up and like put on an old pair of jeans and you're just like, why doesn't it fit? Like, because we were so checked out.
My life story right now. Bunch of clothes that doesn't fit, and I'm debating, should I get rid of it or do I wear it? Oh my God. So we know the importance of taking care of your body, working out. We already know that. We know the importance of eating well. But you're talking about what happens in the mind. So
Yeah.
share a little bit more how all of this fits together.
Okay, awesome. So a lot of times people think, eat less, exercise more, right? That's how you do it, and it's true, right? To a point, calories in, calories out. It's going to get you to a result. So a lot of times people struggle with that by itself, but some other people they'll grasp that, and then it's very short term, right? Weight issues, it attacks us, right? Because we feel like this is my fault. This is my identity, and I'm attached to this weight, and this it just won't leave me, and we get mad at the fat, right? We're mad, and so there's a lot of frustrations around it. It can be very challenging, and most people who do reach their goals and then maintain it, they often have some sort of breakthrough or inner shift. So it does require not like having a better relationship with the body and reducing that hatred for like where you are at the moment, like being more checked in and more present to that moment. And I'm not saying like, send love and eat pizza and you're going to be fine. There's a balance, but I'm also not saying don't eat pizza, because so like pizza's delicious, so like enjoy it, or whatever your thing is. My thing's ice cream, just saying. And all my clients know it. Like,
oh my God. Bring me ice cream.
You stop talking about ice cream. What? Sorry.
Oh my God.
Okay, so there's a lot to do with the stress and anxiety that comes with food. A lot of times we're eating food in the moment. We're just like, I feel like anxious around like the food that I'm eating. So stress actually, scientifically, it releases cortisol, right? And that cortisol actually creates storage in your midsection. So that in itself, just like scientifically, that's what it does. Now, also what they say that it does is that it shuts down your digestive system, right? So when it shuts down your digestive system, digestion is kind of important when you're eating. It's like, so it's the absorption of nutrients, the elimination, right? And if you can't eliminate, then everything's going to stay there, and we don't want that either. Yeah. So now, if you're stressed out while you're eating, that's not a good thing. But also just like the stress in the rest of the life as well. So what eating psychology is it's helping people better manage like how they're eating, but also how they're managing the rest of their life as well, how they're managing their stress in the rest of their life, so that they can not have that just like fat storage and not have the digestive system shutting down. And then all while looking into the relationship between like you and food. So asking yourself, for example, like, what is your weight trying to tell you, right? A lot of times we look at it and we're like, oh, I felt really good at this period in my life. So what was happening in that period of your life? right? It could be that like, and it's really triggered with connected with digestion, because if your digestion was like really good when you were on vacation, then that's a moment that like, okay, well, how were you on vacation? You were probably more relaxed,
Right.
doing things that you were like really enjoying, more fulfilled, kind of playing a little bit. Something we don't do in our day-to-day lives, right? So, and if the weight you feel like happened during a moment when you're going through a breakup, or you were in a job that you hated, or something else that was like kind of heavy, then it's a sign that you weren't living your fullest self, and your weight is trying to tell you that, right? And they say a lot in the course that you have to lighten up to feel lighter. So there has to be, you have to move some sort of energy to get the weight to be moved, to move along, right? So like always ask yourself, like, what is my weight trying to tell me, and then what lesson can I learn from that?
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy cool.
I love it. I love it. Let me just do a few shout outs to, hey, Mary, I was thinking about you today because I know she proposed a topic. So it's coming up. Don't worry. I'll share about your topic. Hey, Marcos, how are you? So you're doing these challenges. Are they 30 days? Is it 30 days challenge?
Yeah. So Well, it takes 21 days to like get a habit, but I wanted to have the 30 just because no one has 21 days straight, like of perfection. Come on.
Come on. I think so.
Even I find every challenge I've ever done, like I used to do 2-week challenges.
Yeah.
And the second week, people would just kind of like slow down, and I was like, it's 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. And then in those 30-day challenges, I have 2 questions. So the first question is, what is one tip or one advice that you give to the people in your challenges to do that, balance in the mind and the food intake and the exercise? And then the second part of my question is, you're doing the women only, so I want you to share about that.
Okay. All right, cool. So one tip that like is huge would be, and it's related to what I just said, but it would be like relaxing into the whole process. Okay. So in terms of just like relaxing into each meal, and then relaxing into your life. So when you're sitting down, this is something that like when people are watching, they can actually do today even. It's really hard, but try it. So you sit down with your meal and you use all 5 senses, and it should take you 30 minutes to eat. Yeah, I know. First time I did it, I realized I eat in 5 minutes, and I was like, 5 minutes? I have some work to do.
Right? 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. So, and like, first thought that pops in your head is, I don't got time for that. And like, so many of us will sit down in front of the TV while we're eating, or we'll do work, but it's supposed to be like carved out 30 minutes for you and your food. Okay. Listen, I got 2 babies, and one got to eat with me, and like one's in my arms. Like, yeah, I know the struggle is real, but but it's like, it's a process, and it's not something that just kind of like all of a sudden you got it. But so yeah, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, and you sit down with the meal, and you use all 5 senses. You look at the colors, you notice the texture, you hear what's going on around you. You like be really present in the moment. You smell the food, you taste it. And you breathe.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool. I realized I wasn't breathing like ever. So.
Well, 5 minutes, you're good, but 30 minutes, you'll need to breathe a bit.
Yeah, no, but I wasn't. And the first time I did it, everyone had left the house, and I was like, thank God. Okay. So I sat down with this meal, and it was like mind blowing. It was mind blowing. And you think about it, like we're so not checked into that meal that like, the body doesn't have a chance to even recognize that we're full. The body likes pleasure. So when it receives pleasure, it starts to work properly. So it's like, oh, okay, she's supposed to receive pleasure from this meal. So she isn't receiving pleasure because she's so like stressed out and like disconnected and whatever. So she must still be hungry. We must still give her like the hunger signal. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you get to the end of the day and you're like, I think I ate enough food. Why am I craving sugar? Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm learning so much. I hope you guys are having value out of this call. If you're watching live, type live in the comments. If you're watching replay, let me know what you best like about this conversation, what you'd like to hear in the next few weeks. So why women only challenge?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, one other point I wanted to mention about the last thing is that this is not just with regards to a healthy meal. That's one thing that I want them to do in the group is to post their unhealthy meals because you're gonna have them. Like, let's be real. You got to live. You got to go out and celebrate things with friends. You can't just sit home and eat salads all day. And
like, my daughter thinks, but that's a different topic.
That actually reminds me of one other thing too. I always say, I'm like, if I'm in a bad mood, there's no way I'm eting a salad. Like it's not happening. So that's another reason to feel to work on feeling in like a better feeling place, right?
Right.
Yeah. So and then sitting down and being mindful with the unhealthy food. And one of two things happens. People are like, I didn't actually enjoy it. I don't think I really like that food. And then, they were just eating it because of the emotions. And other times people are like, oh, I like really enjoyed it. It was awesome. And then they just get more pleasure out of this like life and food and it's beautiful, right? Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Tonight I'm going to try the 30 minutes.
Yeah, but like be easy on yourself, like if it takes 5 or 10 minutes or if you like, you can't connect, then just keep going.
Right.
Because it's not, it feels like, it sounds like it could be simple, but it's.
No, of course. I'm probably like you. I eat in 5 minutes. I know people are watching and can relate, especially mommies. Come on. Oh my God. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. Yes. So I want to hear about this woman only, because when we connected Monday, I didn't even know about this challenge. Yeah. And you were like, oh my God, this is amazing because we're doing women empowerment and you're doing the woman only. So I'm like, okay, I want to hear more details. People need to hear about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So first, when I first promoted, because we're on our second challenge now. And when I first promoted the first one, I actually didn't say women only. I just promoted a challenge because it was I've done so many challenges in the past. It was like, both sexes and it was fine. And then I started thinking, actually it was all women that had joined. And then there was 2 men that wanted to join. And it was like the last day of registration. And I was like, I don't really feel like this is a good idea. Because when you think about it, if you're really going deep, and then you really start to look at like the reasons why we overeat and like the binge eating associated with it. And it's just, there's so much there, there's a lot of, you go back and you look at like the self-hate and the self-blame and everything, and it could be a lot associated with a lot of trauma. And, you want to create a safe space to discuss that. And, you want people to come together and be like, I got you. And when if, for example, a woman had something happen to her from a man that wasn't, that she doesn't feel comfortable talking to a man about that, then that's not going to create a safe space, right? So I didn't know what these women had gone through, but I wanted to create that safe space for that. So that was my first motivation. And I actually got a little bit of kickback at the beginning because there was, some people who wanted, like one girl who wanted her partner to come into the challenge. And I had to be like, I don't feel like this is a good idea. And it was the cause a bit of friction, but in the end, I really do feel like it was the best move because the women in the challenge, they support each other. It feels like there's just like a more comfortable space to just speak their truth. And men need to reach their goals too. Well, not need to, but like, I know men want to, and I don't want to push them aside. I'm actually considering other challenges in the future where maybe putting only couples, things like that. Right. So, but that's for later. But the reason I also want to do women is because women are so attacked in society with regards to their weight. Like we are told that like we have to be this shape, we have to be like super skinny, we have to be fit, we need the big butt, like, or no one's gonna love us and we're not gonna feel good. And like then we start telling ourselves these things, and it's just not fair.
You just gave birth and you're supposed to be back to your weight before. Okay.
So first pregnancy, I bounced back really quick, and then I got stressed, and I gained back weight, and I got so much shame, and then I started shaming myself, and it was this roller coaster. Second pregnancy, I was like, no, I'm so grateful that I'm locked in because I'm gonna just do me, and I got in shape and maintained it faster, and I felt good, and there was no shame, no guilt, everyone, and no one looking, everything was fine.
Wow. Exactly what we've been talking about, how this mind has like such control on everything, right? Hello Byron, welcome, Mr. Nelson. This is incredible, and he's gonna love this conversation because Mr. Nelson's been doing these health, wealth, like a whole talk about healthy lifestyle and all that stuff. So this is gonna be amazing to be watching. I love this. Okay, so when is your next Women Challenge?
Okay, so this one you can still join if you want. Okay, this one is we're a week in, so you still have the 21 days. If you want to join, you can. The next one though, because this one finishes on the 20 something. No, this one finishes around the 15th, like the middle of the month. So then the next one is going to be the beginning of November. Okay, so it does feel like it's pretty far away. So that's why I'm going to, it is still open to join this one. However, I do have some other little things in the process, some I do 3-day challenges and 6-day challenges that are like clean eating challenges. And then there's some free stuff on my website too that you could take advantage of, like a 21-day workout challenge that you can do on your own, and you get the emails and little things like that. And I offer a free coaching call because I'm still doing one-on-one. So there's lots of other things to take advantage of in the process while you're waiting.
Right.
So it's up to you if you guys want to do like the November, you want to join now, or you want to just kind of do some other little things.
Awesome. So let me ask you, how is it to run a home-based business with 2 little ones under 2? I know you said that you were taking it more easy now that the second one came, but I remember you being at the gym with Aiden, and me holding him, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So maybe what are the advice and tips that you have for moms that have little ones and still want to be building their business and having an impact on people's lives?
Yeah. So one thing that I am honestly really grateful for is my partner also, he has a life coaching business. So he's doing his calls and I'm doing my calls, and we try and organize the schedule. So when I have these things like this, then he can kind of hang out with the kids. He's actually on a call right now, rocking our baby with his foot while my oldest son is sleeping.
Oh my God. I love it.
Yeah, so because I was like, I would really like this call to be baby free, and he was like, okay. But honestly, be okay with the messiness. That's one thing, because it's messy. And, I'm honest with all my clients that sometimes there's my baby is there and she's cooing and cawing in the background while I'm talking to them. But my follow-ups with my clients are enjoyable and fun, and it's light. So it's not, but at the same time, we're talking about serious things, but in a fun way. So it's kind of if there's a baby in the background, it's not a big deal. And, if she starts to cry, obviously I have to get off the phone and then call them back. So it's just being okay with the messiness. And then also man, self-care, just all the way. Honestly, I didn't want to talk about Herbalife on the call, but taking supplements, taking care of yourself, eating well, making sure you get some sun, making sure you get some movement. It doesn't have to be intense, just some movement. I try and get up before the babies, but so it doesn't happen all the time. But so that I can just have a moment to myself, or even just strapping them into the stroller and putting on some headphones and just being okay, babies, listen, this is mommy time. Leave me alone.
Do you have a daily self-care routine, or
Yeah, so it used to be before COVID, I had a really strong structure where I would actually, because my baby was born during COVID, so it was before the second child. So I would wake up and then I would do my gratitudes and affirmations while I was with him almost, you know, like while I was getting him ready or while I was rocking him for his first nap. And then I would, or while I was bringing him to daycare. And then on the way, so it would be like gratitudes on the way there, affirmations on the way back, and then I'd get back and I'd meditate it. That's if I didn't wake up before him, which I'm not a morning person, so I usually don't. But and now it's really just like getting everything in wherever I can fit it. So sometimes my meditation is going to be like midday or like before bed, and if that's the moment that needs to be done, that's it. And other times, like the workout happens like in the middle of the night, or just like whatever you can fit in. And sometimes I'm too tired, and that's it. And I just like say, okay, you know, like I'm giving myself permission to just like relax. And sometimes that's what the body needs, right? So I'm trying not to be so strict on the routine, but just like allowing myself space to just feel what I'm feeling at the moment. And that seems to be working so far. We'll let you know.
Keep us posted. So what is your vision for these women joining your challenge for 30 days? What is your vision for them once they're completed that challenge?
It's it's because it's kind of happening so organically that like I didn't, you know, I said I was going to relax this year, you know, I was just gonna take it easy. I'm not, you know, I don't profit from the challenges. It's $25 to enter. That all goes towards the cash prize. I'm just doing it kind of with them and teaching them what I'm learning and supporting them in their journey. So like it's crazy because I never thought of it like an end goal. But the difference between the first challenge and the second challenge is that so many people who really benefited from it joined again and brought their friends and family. And that like blew my mind. I was like, okay, so like this can be something where there's just like a beautiful support system of people that are just like loving on each other and like pushing each other up. And that's really, for now, that's good enough for me.
That's awesome, because that's what people need right now, right? You know, and who knows what's going to happen the next few weeks, you know?
Right.
It's great that's what you're doing, and I love it. I'm super inspired. I hope people that are watching are inspired as well. It's amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna start to wrap up, but I did pick up 2 quotes that I want to share. Before I do that, how can people best reach you, follow you, you know, join those challenges?
Okay, so I have a link tree. It's just like a link, and you click it, and that's like sends you to a page with a bunch of other links that you can see basically everything I do. Yeah, so it's all, I can put that in the comments, and then yeah, my website's there, testimonials and everything is there as well. So yeah.
Amazing. So like every week, I share this video on my page, The Women Empowerment by Jessica DSB. And then in the comment section, Renee will post the link to get in touch with her. Yes, love it. Okay, so the quote that I picked for today was, the body achieves what the mind believes. And I picked it before you actually went into that conversation. So I love it because it's completely in alignment with what you were sharing about what you're doing. So I love it. So, you know, Mr. Nelson actually talks about a lot, you know, the mind being that garden, you know, our garden. And how do you take care of that garden? You know, do you water it, put vitamins in it so that the flowers grow? Or do you put a lot of negative stuff, you know, the news and all the other stuff that I don't need to go into details. And then what happens, that the garden is not so beautiful anymore, right? So you have to take care of your garden. And one of the ways is what you were sharing, the self-care, the wellness, the body, the eating, the exercising. Love it. Love it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, because, you know, the exercise they're doing right now in the challenge is just like recognizing how much like negative self-talk we have rolling in the back of our head daily. And then, well, any of them watching this right now are going to get a sneak peek for next week. But like next week, what we're going to do is we're going to take that negative self-talk and transform it into a positive. You know, if like you're looking at your stomach, be like, well, my stomach, yeah, okay, maybe I need to lose a couple pounds, but this stomach also held my babies, or this stomach holds delicious food right now when I eat, you know, and like change it in the positive. And then also looking into the mirror and just telling yourself that it's safe to reach your goals and it's a safe place for you to allow beautiful moments in your life and ease. And so that's something viewers can do at home, just like tonight as well. Just like look in the mirror and tell yourself it's safe. Like, you got this. It's gonna be great.
Totally. And life is like this. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not discouraged. I want to inspire somebody. I'm not discouraging myself from not obtaining my weight goals. I did at one point, and it's okay, because you just get back up. You know what to do. You surround yourself with incredible people, incredible coaches like Renee, and you got this. You got this. Okay.
You do got this.
The other quote was, your diet is not only what you eat, it's what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around with. Be mindful of the things that you put into your body emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Somebody heard that.
Amen.
I love it. I love it. All right. So we will be back next week with another special guest all the way from New Zealand. I'm so excited. She's going to be on a different time zone than us. I'll be afternoon. She'll be morning. Super excited for our conversation. I might use Mary's, topic that she proposed. So super excited. So before we end this call, Renee, I want to say thank you. It was such a pleasure. Time flies. Like, I could honestly, we could another half an hour, but thank you for taking the time, for being there. And I want you to end the call with the last few sentences, last few words, whatever you want to share. It's all yours.
Okay, so I think something that is like the most powerful for me in this whole journey, because like I said, I've been applying it to myself, is just like allowing myself to feel like, a lot of times we have this like block like of receiving, like because we don't feel like we deserve it, and just like allowing myself to like feel pleasure in food and to just like feel pleasure in life. And so just like, yeah, guys, like if you do nothing at all, just like allow yourself to enjoy food, life, and just like take back your power. You deserve it. That's it. That's all I want to say.
And if you have dreams, if you have, some thoughts of doing something new, just do it, take action like you're doing, 2 new babies at home, you're still studying, you're still having an impact in people's lives. Like, it's the only limit is yourself. Okay. Yeah. So, and people need you to show up and inspire them, and being present and feeling good and happy. Sunshine. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I love it. We will post the comment in the comment section how to best reach you, and I'll be back next week. So have an awesome Wednesday, everybody.
If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share with the people that you love and care about. Jessica DSB.